And we got a new development. Just as soon as I finished recording that video where I complained that I was stuck in Fort Erie, something changed, and you can see the view from my windshield changed, but I'm still stuck at the border. So basically at 4 o'clock I finally got the permit for New York, 4 p.m. and I used my Google to check the sunrise time. Because my goal was to reach Dansville, New York. There's a TA truck stop, Travel Centers of America there, and I can already visualize that truck stop. You know, there's usually lots of parking, and it's about 2 hours from here, even though it's 145 kilometers, or basically what, like 85 miles, but the roads are like 2-lane roads because I gotta follow my route on the permit because of my big load. And so finally, you know, the papers came in. I ran to my truck, you know, print them out on my printer. So then I got my ACE cover sheet. I'm all ready to go. So I leave that Flying J, rush to the border, and then of course, because I'm oversized, I have to go into this staging area. This is still Canadian side. I go to the staging area, you know, and the thing is, you keep your flashing lights on, and someone will show up and basically is supposed to escort you across the bridge. And so some two guys show up in a pickup truck. Hey, what's up? What's happening? I said, well, here's a piece of paper I got from my dispatch saying that we were approved to cross the bridge. And the guy says, what's your curfew? I said, I don't have a curfew, but half an hour after sunset, 6:15. And he says, well, you gotta pay a fee of $200. And on the paper it says, first time or infrequent crossers. What does it say? First time or infrequent crossers are required to pay the traffic management fee, cash, MasterCard or Visa, prior to crossing. And I said, I'm crossing here all the time. And he says, wait a second, what's the name of your company? So I tell him the name of my company, and of course it does not matter that I crossed here personally, like with Landstar, Makina, Challenger. They look at the company name, and he says, no, your company is not on our special secret list, so you gotta pay. Okay, but he says, you gotta wait because we're held up, and that was like half an hour ago. And now it's 5:07 p.m. I know for a fact it gets dark at 5:45. That's the sunset. 5:45, so I can drive till 6:15, but I haven't even crossed the bridge yet, right? So maybe I'll be, it might be like sometimes half an hour just to go through customs. So that's, you know, I thought I would let you guys and gals know, so that's what can happen sometimes, you know. This is a pretty interesting situation, and I already changed the SIM card in my phone for the US, you know, straight talk. Almost had to change it back because I had to check my balance, how much money I have on my Visa. Because, oh, and the guy said, yeah, sit tight, when we're ready we'll come and get you in our pickup truck, and we'll take you to the office where you will pay. But now I'm thinking, wait a second, so 5:08 p.m. now, you know, what's the point? And now of course I cannot go to Dansville. I will never make it before they start shooting at my tires. So the next nearest truck stop is in Corfu or Pembroke, New York, and that's 60 kilometers away, or 40 miles. But I look at the time required on my GPS to reach that, and it says 50 minutes because it's all, you know, I cannot take the toll highway. So it says here, and my GPS is for cars, so it assumes I maintain the, you know, the speed limit, which I can't with this heavy load, and it says ETA 6 o'clock. And let me remind you guys again that 30 minutes after sunset is 6:15, right? So that's kind of cutting it close, especially since I haven't even been to the office to pay the fee. I haven't been over the bridge, and I haven't even crossed the customs. So basically my question becomes a rhetoric question. So I gotta get back. I gotta go back either to the duty-free here. To my left, at least, you know, inside they have a coffee shop and a restaurant. And that's just like 300 meters from here. Or maybe I can just walk, I don't know. Because it's a one-way traffic. See where this guy is coming out, the Challenger? So I have to go back on this road, because if I go over there where the cars are moving on the other side, then they'll say, hey, you have to pay the toll, because it'll look like I crossed the bridge. So I cannot go there. Because you see where, if you can see the Challenger guy, now he's turning right, where the green lights over the road are, but there's no divider there, so you can actually go left, as if you are, you know, decided, you know, I don't want to go to US, I want to get back to Canada. So but I think they'll make you pay, and it's like a pretty hefty fee. I think it's like 30 bucks, the toll. And I can see those two pickup trucks, the ones that are held up. Not a single oversized load has passed since I talked to those guys. So I don't know what the holdup is. And there's another oversized guy sitting next to me, but his lights are off, so I don't think he wants to cross today. But oh, I see the pickup truck turning my way. But yeah, forget this. 5:11 p.m. I'm not crossing today. I'll have to get back to the truck stop or duty-free. Yeah, because of course they don't care. They want me to pay and then do whatever you want, and then what? I get a ticket on the US side because I'm traveling after my allowed hours? No way. And I'm back in Canada. The guy says, well, let me take you to the office to pay. I said, well, it's too late, sir. You know, I said, the next truck stop is 1 hour away. Oh, I don't know how long it'll gonna take, you know, to clear the border. Oh, no, the border's clear. I said, oh, really? You know, sorry, I don't trust you. So I said, can you take me back to the duty-free or to the truck stop on QW? And he says, well, if you go on QW, he says, they might want you to pay the toll. He says, if you want, I can call the supervisor and see if they can waive that, but you know, there's a gate there, so you have to go through there. And I said, no, I don't want to pay 30 bucks or even 35 bucks, you know, it's not my fault. And he says, oh, but I can take you to the duty-free. There's like a fast lane, kind of like a, you know, reserve lane that nobody uses, so you just, it's like, you know, 2 minutes. I was sitting just to the right from here, but at least here, like I mentioned, there's, you know, I can sit inside, there's free Wi-Fi. So my oversized trucking is postponed till Tuesday morning. Well, and this is what Highway 63 looks like in New York, just east of Batavia. So I crossed this morning. Yesterday was too late. By the time I got my permit, it was 4 o'clock. So got to the bridge. They kept me 1 hour. I had to go back and cross today. And of course, it's slow driving, but the roads, as you see, are okay. I can legally drive because the visibility is good. It looks like all this bad storm, it went southeast. Because I'm going to Baltimore, Maryland, right? So pretty much straight south. So it's not too bad. But it was snowing all night. I slept at the duty-free there. It was like light snow. All night it was falling. Yeah, some guys were asking how the truck is pulling with this heavy load. Right now I'm at 120,000 gross, and of course it feels heavy. So, what do you do? This is it's a pretty sizable load. Now, one bad thing about driving in this weather is that you run out of windshield washer fluid pretty fast, and this truck starts emitting those annoying, very loud, alerts, and it just drives me crazy. So I don't know why they make it sound so bad. It's as if like it's a real safety issue, but it's your wind washer fluid low. And geez, so I'd already had to stop once and refill the reservoir. So I'm gonna buy a couple more jugs, and my next stop is gonna be TA Travel Center in Dansville, New York, on I-390. And here's what the I-390 looks like 10 minutes away from Dansville. There is some snow in there, but very light, and looks like the freeway was cleaned before. You see fresh dirt on the shoulder, but very small amount of snow. So, like I was saying, all the bad weather, it was coming from the ocean, and so it affected mostly regions close to the ocean, like New York City. But here it's okay. The truck, of course, slows down even on a tiny hill. I don't want to push the accelerator into the floor, but as soon as the road goes up, that's it. So now I'm changing gears. Let's see if I want to go from 8 low to 8 high, from 17 to 18. I'm going to 1550. And then in the next gear it's going to be 1350, then the truck pulls more or less okay. But if I end up about 1300, or worse yet, under 1300 in the next gear, that's it. There's no pull, no power. Okay, let's see how it handles this hill. Doesn't look like much, but when I have a big excavator like this, 1300, 1280, downshift, 8 low, and that PM keeps falling, 1328, 1304, 1292, holding, 1290, 1300, 1311, okay, so I'm gonna stay at 8 low, but just this will give you an idea. There's a trooper sitting in the middle, and that's a very shrewd ambush. You can hardly see the guy. White snow, black SUV. But once I'm over the hill, I cannot pick up speed. It takes forever. I'm at 1400. Doing what, 85k an hour, and my load on the engine is already 93%, 94. Just slightly a bit more power, and I would be good. So now I'm gonna wait till I'm still on 8 low, and there's a hill coming up. You see, I cannot even. My RPM is still below 1500, so I know that there's. Just useless to shift. See, it does not want to pick up. So load on the engine 99%, 100. So I'm pretty much maxed out power. And the RPM keeps dropping at 8 low. So 1435, 1427. 1420, but it is a big hill. And look how long it is. So just to give you guys an idea, that's what driving is like with a heavy load. So this is 390 in New York. Lots of hills here. Alright, and the RPM is holding at 1387. Oh, it's falling. 1381. I know I gotta upshift as soon as I reach 1300. Otherwise it's a waste of time. And I'm at 40 psi boost. Or what is it, 45, like maximum. I released the accelerator a little bit to ease the load, and the RPM is 1330, and the truck is still pulling. Huh. So I still have a lot to learn about this engine. It's so different from what I'm used to in the Cat, because the torque curve, the horsepower curve, it's like a different planet. Not bad, just different. Okay, 1500. Can we shift to 8 high, please? 1859. 8 high. Wow. So I spent like 20 minutes in 8 low. And now we're doing 57 miles per hour. Trees are flying by. And I cannot go any faster because, you know, I'm restricted. Snowstorm. What snowstorm? Check this out. Sunny skies. There was some snow, maybe like last winter. -7 Celsius. What is it, probably 20 Fahrenheit. This is I-86 in New York. Right after it leaves 390. I-390 ends and then I-86 starts. So I'm on my way to US 15, or now it's known as I-99, I think. Now this overpass right in the front of me, that's where last time I was driving here, and there was like 4 or 5 cars that hit the concrete here, because it's the road goes down and it's a curve and the road is tilted. And you see mile marker 1, so this is just north of the border with Pennsylvania on US 15. This was a very treacherous spot, and there was ice, so people were coming down, you know, this way, going in the opposite direction. Pretty bad. It was when? I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. And look at it now. Summer. Now we have a race against time again, because I gotta get to the Duncannon, Pennsylvania before 4 o'clock, because that area has a curfew. There's a whole bunch of small towns in there. And time now is 1:45, and I got 214 kilometers or 125 miles to go. And we're entering Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen. The sign on the right, blue. Pennsylvania welcomes you, state of independence. Now from here is going to be real fun. Going to be lots of hills. But at least it does not snow. You can always find something to be thankful for. Picturesque spot. Hills on both sides, hills on the front, and the road curves. This US 15 is a great highway, you know, for like a summer car trip. Real beautiful in the summer here. Stopped at the set of lights, so fully loaded, and there's a hill up ahead. So let's see again what kind of sounds the engine will be making with this load. Funny that last time I was coming through this town with a similar excavator, and both times at these two lights I had to stop, and as you can see there's a hill, so right from the stop you gotta climb a hill. Not good. And as you can see, Duncannon, Pennsylvania, blue sky, very little snow. And now, as I was driving and I was checking my mirrors, I saw that the front of my excavator became dirty because all the shit was flying from the wheels. So I got 2 cans, and I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just should throw some snow on the front, and then I go out to take a look. And before, only this part was dirty. This was dirty and the tracks, but now I turn here and all I could say was Jesus H. Christ. You know? I just spent what, like 85 bucks, but at least what they did, you know, to wash this, right, in Grimsby, Ontario. But back then it had frozen dirt, which was like molded in the tracks. Now there's no frozen dirt, it's all, see, like very soft, but it's all this shit. So now I really have to get it washed from top to bottom, because before only the tracks were dirty, right? Now everything is screwed up. That's like 200 bucks easy. So, and from here it's about 2 hours to Baltimore, and the only truck stop I know is the one, the TA travel centers, and I don't know if they have a truck wash, but definitely if I go like this to the port, they're gonna refuse it, because they don't load stuff like this inside the ship. You know, it cannot be this dirty. So that's another fun project for me for tomorrow. And I already have a reload. I'm picking up a much smaller excavator, the same cat, but 320. That's just a baby. That's like 57,000 pounds.